Hey everybody, it's Brooke with The Buttered Home and welcome to my messy kitchen. Today we have a delicious one skillet meal for you. This is our low carb Philly cheesesteak skillet. You will not want to miss this one. Okay, so I have 1.5 pounds of chuck eye steak that I have cut up, sliced up into bite-sized cubes. And I have put it into a cast iron skillet just to give it a nice good sear. My oven is preheated to 400 degrees and I have a sheet pan over here on the side because I kind of like to just dump everything over here so I can kind of toss it together before we put it back in the skillet, just to get it all nice and melty. Now whenever you sear your steak like this, you're left with a good bit of residue from the steak, and we want to take advantage of that. We did not season the steak with anything because we're going to make a sauce that has a really nice seasoning to it. But first, we have 1/2 cup of onions, and we just want to soften those in that hot skillet. And the sugars from the vegetables will help loosen up some of that seared on residue from the beef, this natural flavors. And the onions will pick that up. And we're just going to keep those moving around just until they start to brown a bit and soften up. Okay, our onions have browned, so I'm just going to toss them over here with my steak. If I can get them all, it'd be nice if I could get them all in one scoop, but that's just not going to happen. But that's okay. If we leave some in there, it's all going back in. It's okay. So technically, I would love to say that I only mess up one dish, but I'm really messing up 2 dishes. But that's okay. So I have 3 sliced peppers, red, orange, and yellow. And we're going to add those in and cook those down. And I know that looks like a lot, but they'll cook down considerably. So we're just going to brown those and wilt them some over low to medium heat until they cook down. Okay, so we have cooked our peppers about 5 minutes and gotten a good season and char on them and gotten them nice and soft, but not too soft. We don't want them to disappear in the dish. It might be easier if I use my spoon, hadn't it, than my tongs. Nope, I'm still going to drop them everywhere. And I have lowered my heat to low. And now we're going to make our delicious sauce for this. And continue to deglaze the pan from where we've cooked all our veg and what's left from the beef. So to our hot pan already, we're going to add in a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. And it might take me a minute to get it out. And look at it dance. A tablespoon of soy sauce. And 3 tablespoons of low sugar ketchup. Or no sugar added ketchup. I'm just going to whisk that around to combine. Then we have a tablespoon of garlic. And about 2 teaspoons of grated ginger. And this is optional. You don't have to put it in there, but I think it adds a nice flavor. It'd be worth a try one time, unless you just absolutely know that you hate ginger. All right, so we're just going to simmer this on low for just a minute. Just make sure that garlic doesn't burn, but it does have a chance to release its natural flavors. And because I'm using cast iron, I'm going to go ahead and turn my fire off because the pan will stay hot for a few minutes. Look at that nice, thick, beautiful sauce. Okay. So So now we're just going to add everything back in and kind of toss it to combine. I'm going to reach in and get some of everything so that it goes in kind of mixed. That's one of the reasons why I like putting everything on a sheet pan, because you can kind of mix as you add, and you don't have to worry about mixing it once you get it in the pan. So we're just going to kind of toss it around in that sauce to combine it and get the rest of it in there. And that cast iron is still hot, nice and hot. Let me get my onions in there. I want all those onions. I don't know about you, but I love an onion. All right, so with my tongs, I'm just going to toss everything in that sauce to kind of get it nice and coated. And you know, we started out with a lot of food, right? But everything cooks down really well and fits nice in my 10-inch skillet. And this is also very easy to half too, if you wanted to. So now I have my oven set to 400 degrees, and I'm going to take some sliced provolone cheese, and that's going to end up being probably about 10 ounces. And we're just going to layer it on the top to make like a cheese top on it. And you could use other kinds of cheese if you wanted to. Provolone just kind of goes along with that Philly cheesesteak classic flavor. But we have done a few things different. That little sauce that we put in here is a little different, but it adds a ton of flavor without adding a ton of salt, because we use low sodium soy sauce. So, okay, so this will go into our 400 degree oven for anywhere maybe 3 to 5 minutes. Everything's already fully cooked because we got a good sear on that meat, and we do want it kind of still pink in the middle. But when you cut it up like that, it tends to cook faster, so when you sear it like that, it tends to get done enough. So 400 degrees for 3 to 5 minutes, then we'll turn the broiler on high and we'll just brown up this cheese on top, and then we'll come back, let it cool, and give it a taste, so stay with us. Okay everybody, we are back. We finished that 3 to 5 minute just heat up time to melt that cheese, and then I turned the broiler on high and stood there with the oven semi-open and watched it just maybe for 2 or 3 minutes, just until that cheese on top got bubbly and brown, and you'll see what I'm talking about right here. Just look how gorgeous, and it's not over browned, but it just browned up enough and just made just this beautiful, beautiful browned cheese presentation. I've dipped some out for pictures and let it cool so that I would not just scald my mouth trying to taste it. But I got some peppers and just a small piece of steak, and we're going to give it a try. I almost feel like I'm drooling. It's so good. It's so very good. That steak is tender. By searing it like we did, we locked in that moisture and kept the integrity of the tenderness of the beef. It's delicious. The sauce that we made with just those really simple ingredients is just very nice and flavorful, and adds so much to the simple vegetables that we used. And of course, you put cheese on anything and it's fantastic, right? This recipe can be found over at thebutteredhome.com. We would love it if you would give us a visit over there. We're real proud of our website, and you can get a free printable recipe of anything that we have there. No cost to you. As always, make sure you're following us on all of our social channels. We have a real good time, and we want you wherever we are. If you're not already, make sure that you're following us on Facebook and Instagram. And if you want all of our videos in one convenient place, head over to YouTube, search for The Buttered Home. When you find us, hit that subscribe button and ding the bell so that you can be notified when we drop new videos like this one. Okay, It's supper time here. What about at your house? I hope you enjoyed this really easy, any time of the week, restaurant quality recipe from the buttered home to your home. We sure love y'all. Bye.